we are honest, we are fake news. And he promotes us more than most. And so, to show our appreciation of that, we decided to tackle an issue that is near and dear to our hearts, and that is the President's Twitter. We've noticed that there is a concerted effort by many people within the administration and from without who wish to silence the President's tweets. And say what you want about Donald Trump. He may not be good at presidenting or leading or geopolitics, but he is a damn fine Twitterer. Probably the best that ever lived. And so we thought at The Daily Show we would take a moment to honor the President of the United States and really the king of Twitter with this library. And now some people would say, Trevor, why would you have this Twitter library now? Shouldn't a presidential library be at the end of the president's term? Yes, that is true. Unfortunately, we do not know when the term will end. Could be next week, could be never. So we decided to do it now. Tell the ones you love them when they're still around. And that's what this Twitter library is about. It's about giving context to the tweets, not absorbing them one bite at a time, but rather looking at them as a body of work. Some of the greatest moments, some of the greatest ideas that have ever been shared in 140 characters or less. We've invited you here today to share it with us. I know many of you, fake and mainstream, strive to paint this as a negative affair, which it is not. I know though the President himself would appreciate this. It's around the corner from where he once lived. And I hope that everyone who is a fan and a lover of Donald Trump and what he tweets every day will come and enjoy this experience with us. So thank you very much. It's an exhibit, as you can see. It contains just a little bit of the mastery, just a little bit of the panache. Everything from birtherism through to deleted tweets that we have not forgotten. And we tried, but we could not. We have some of the survivors of his Twitter feuds. And most importantly, we have an opportunity for people to take the position of commander in tweets and try to respond to a crisis as only the President would. Some people would see this as an insult, but it is not. We thought to ourselves, where do we send most of our tweets from? The President, who is a man of the people, probably shares in that experience. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to The Daily Show presents the Donald J. Trump Twitter Presidential Library. If you have any questions, I'm more than willing to answer them now. Yes, ma'am.
Maybe alive, Nadia.
Hello, Nadia.
There's so many incredulous tweets. I mean, ones of
Incredible tweets, you mean, not incredulous. Incredible tweets, yes. It's tough to choose a favorite Donald Trump tweet. I mean, it is very difficult to choose a favorite Donald Trump tweet. Kofefe has risen to the top in a very short amount of time. But I think one of the all-time greats would have to be to the haters and losers on 9/11. One of the finest works of art we've ever seen compiled in the land of the bluebird. And I think every day I find a new favorite president tweet that I love. Every day there is a new tweet that gives me a new idea of who he is and more importantly who we are. Donald Trump's tweets are like art. It's how you see them, it is how you perceive them, and it really shapes how you see the man as a leader and really as a visionary.
Do you think he should stop tweeting?
Do I think the president should stop tweeting? No. I think Donald J. Trump is a man who communicates with the people. Never before has a president said so much. Never before has a president been so transparent and at the same time so opaque. We admire his voice. We admire what he says to the people. We admire him for sharing his feelings with us. I like the Donald J. Trump tweets because he is the first millennial president. And as a millennial, I appreciate this. I too share my feelings on Twitter. I too have had my ups and downs on Twitter. And any millennial is familiar with, the constant threat of losing your job because of a tweet. And I like to know that the president shares in that feeling. It is nice to know that as millennials, we're going through the same struggles day to day. So no, I hope that Donald J. Trump never stops tweeting, ever. Yes, ma'am. Are the tweets a distraction from the real news? I think people make the mistake of thinking things are distractions from things. I think it's like asking, is the plane crash a distraction from the flights? No, it is not. The tweets are part of the news. Today, for instance, the president commented on the investigation into obstruction of justice, an investigation that we know is completely bogus, based on nothing but founded claims by the intelligence community. And so without the tweets, we would not know how the president felt about this. So I find that insulting. I believe that the tweets are the news. Were it not for the tweets, people like Bob Mueller and ex-FBI Director James Comey would not know why they had lost their jobs or what to investigate. And so without those tweets, I feel like there would be no news. So it is an insult to call these tweets a distraction, because in essence, the tweets provide context to what the news should really be about.
I wonder if you think that, in a way, Donald Trump tweeting directly has made the job of people like Sean Spicer, press secretaries, communication people kind of irrelevant.
I think Sean Spicer will never be irrelevant to comedy, but to the presidency that day may come. I think Donald Trump has shown with his tweets that he has an innate ability to communicate on a level that very few can. You know, Donald Trump has in many ways exposed the weaknesses in America's democracy. He has become a stress test on the very institution, and his tweets have shown how flimsy the White House Press Association actually is. Were it left to Sean Spicer and the White House to convey the messages of the president, we would oftentimes be left in the dark, trying to stumble through stammering statements. But because of the tweets, we know clearly that the president hates Diet Coke. Without that, we would have to guess. And so Sean Spicer will never be irrelevant, but I think without him, the tweets would not achieve the lofty levels that they have. And so I think there is a synergy that is achieved within that. And that's what makes it even more impressive. Is to communicate on the complaint. Yes, ma'am?
What do you think the president would make of this exhibition if he came to visit?
What do I think the president would make of this exhibition? I think the president is a man who appreciates a compliment. The president is a man who appreciates people appreciating what he does. You know, the president has many times said he does not like tweeting. He tweets for the American people. And as a citizen of the world, I'm glad that he tweets. So I think if the president were to come down here, I think he would like to see himself on the walls. I think he would like to see his words immortalized. I think he would like to see that we appreciate what many people have lambasted him for. And I think that's the most important thing, is seeing that we understand him, we appreciate him. And I think seeing himself in any way, shape or form would make the president happy. So.